Welcome back. You're watching Mirror Now. In a breaking development in the Sena versus Sena saga, the Supreme Court today gave a final deadline to the Maharashtra Assembly Speaker. Now, 10th of January has been set as the final date for Speaker Rahul Narwekar to give his decision on the disqualification of the rebel MLAs of Shiv Sena and NCP, including Chief Minister Eknath Shinde himself. The earlier deadline, remember, for this was the 31st of December. The Speaker had sought an additional time of 3 weeks to go through the documents, running into over 2.5 lakh pages. The Speaker's requests were rejected by the Chief Justice of India. The court was considering 2 appeals submitted by the Uddhav Thackeray-led faction of Shiv Sena and Sharad Pawar's NCP. Both the blocs had requested the court to direct the Speaker to conclude the disqualification proceedings against their rebel MLAs as soon as possible. So that's the latest we're getting on what the top court has said in the Sena versus Sena case. It has given a new deadline. This time, the 10th of January has been given to the Speaker to give a decision on the disqualification pleas row. Remember, earlier the court had given 31st of December as the deadline, but now it has been shifted to next year. The 10th of January is the new date given by the Speaker. And the top court also rejected the request for 3 weeks more time by the Speaker. Remember, this is pertaining to the Speaker, Rahul Narwekar, being actually giving his decision on the disqualification of the rebel MLAs of Shiv Sena and NCP, including the Chief Minister himself. My colleague Harish is joining us with more on this. Harish, what did the top court say? This has been a case where dates are being renewed repeatedly. This time, of course, the 10th of January is the new deadline given by the top court.
Maharashtra Speaker Rahul Narwekar is concerned. क्या है?
मैं जो ऑन नहीं करोगे क्या? हम ही करेंगे माइक ऑन.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Harish, I'm able to hear you. Please go on. All right, there seems to be an audio issue with Harish, my colleague, who was getting us more from the top court. All right, we have him back on the broadcast. Harish, please go ahead.
Yes, in fact, this pertains to the petition filed by the Uddhav camp against the Maharashtra Speaker Rahul Narwekar as far as indecision regarding the decision regarding the disqualification petition filed by them against 38 rebel Sena MLAs, including Chief Minister Eknath Shinde. Earlier, the Supreme Court had given a deadline of January 31st, in fact, December 31st for the Speaker to decide on it. But today, Solicitor General Tushar Mehta appeared for the Speaker and said that 3 more weeks is required because the laborious task, voluminous documents running to around 2,70,000, and also there are 38 applications. It will take some more time, but Supreme Court has refused to extend this deadline by 3 weeks, but however has given him 10 more days time. So the Speaker has to complete the hearing and pronounce the judgment as far as disqualification pleas are concerned against Eknath Shinde and 38 other rebel Sena MLAs, and pronounce the judgment by January 10. So January 10 is the final deadline given by the Supreme Court Chief Justice-led bench to the Speaker to decide the disqualification pleas filed by the Uddhav camp against 38 rebel Sena MLAs. Remember, earlier the Supreme Court had taken very serious view of the fact that Speaker was sitting on the disqualification pleas for more than 1 year not taking any action, and that questioned and had said that if this is the situation, Supreme Court will have to itself hear the disqualification pleas. At the same time, Speaker through Solicitor General had asked, how can the Supreme Court set a deadline for and ask a parallel constitutional authority like governor to act in a particular way and set a deadline. But Supreme Court said that to protect the sanctity of the Supreme Court and also the 10th schedule of the Constitution, Supreme Court can't pass any such orders, and that set a deadline of December 31st. Today, the Speaker came to Supreme Court and sought further time. Supreme Court has made a small modification of the order and extended the earlier deadline of December 31st to January 10th. So now, the biggest takeaway is that the Speaker has got 10 more days to decide on the disqualification pleas against the rebel Sena MLAs. Back to you.
All right, Harish, thank you very much for joining us with those details. Moving on, a change.